Thanks for joining, liking, and subscribing and being part of the channel. Hope everyone's doing well. I just wanted to throw a quick live stream up there. I got a coffee in the back on the go with you guys here this morning. Anyways, I want to talk really quickly at the beginning of the video of a preparedness window when we need to prepare. This is what I feel if they're going to pull the trigger on something big, or if they're going to pull something on us, or if the powers that be decide that they want to do something to us. Well, the time to do it will be in November, December, January, February, and March in the Northern Hemisphere. After April 1st, we're scot-free. Doesn't mean that you stop preparing. It doesn't mean you stop organizing and having your stuff. You could start rotating through your foods, start rotating and getting fresh foods and stuff, and doing stuff like that. So preparedness, I believe that if they're going to pull the trigger on something, it's going to be November, December, January, February, March, November, December of 2022, and January, February, March of 2023. I want to make myself clear here, because I am following what is happening very closely in Australia right now, because right now in Australia, it is winter there. They're having an abnormally cooler winter. So they're calling it climate change. They're not calling it global warming there. You can't do that. It's not fair. They got to call it whatever they see it as. So right now in Australia, it's winter. And the governments have been somewhat a bit more silent down there through their winter. Yeah, they've been pulling the same BS crap and variants and all kinds of weird whatever they want to do. But it hasn't been as bad as it was, let's say, in summer of 2020 or summer of 2021, right? So I'm hoping that the winter here in the Northern Hemisphere, which we're gonna head into fall on Labor Day, is gonna be fall, autumn, whatever you want to call it, and then we jump into winter at the end of December. So I'm really hoping, we go through this together. We talk it through. We're like, oh God, November's out. Boom, December's gone. Christmas is here. I'm Christmas shopping. There's no rolling blackouts. People aren't, ripping each other apart on the streets. It's good. It's good. Then January passes. Then February passes. The two worst months of the year in the northern hemisphere. The two worst months and the two coldest months of the year are January, February, are the coldest months of the year. And then you hit March, everything starts to melt, and April 1st, you're kind of scot-free. So that's why I kind of want to hit on that, because I get a lot of people wondering, Mike, what's going to happen? Well, you got the midterms. Somebody in the comments just mentioned the midterms we've been covering. Well, I've been telling people, get the hell out of the blue states for these midterms. Get out of the blue states. I've been saying it for, I don't know, over a year now. And it's going to become, it may be a big problem. It might be something, it may be nothing, right? And that's what I'm really hinging on. This morning, I had a bunch of guests come to, my wife's friends came to visit us from Vancouver. They're on their way. They made a stopover at our house, and they're on their way to pick cherries. It's an annual thing they do. They do cherry picking over in Kelowna. And I was so happy to see everybody, and all of them have 2-3 kids, and everybody's so happy. The families are organized. They all have nice, cars. They're not deep in debt. They're just, making their way in the world type of thing. And it just such a good feeling vibe this morning. I don't want rolling blackouts. Okay, I prepared with solar, and my battery arrived, by the way, man. It takes 3 people just to move it. It's so big. But anyways, yes, I prepared. But I'm really hoping, I hope we have a winter like Australia's, because Australia's coming into spring in a couple of weeks. They're going to be heading into spring in the Southern Hemisphere right now. I hope we have a winter like that. Just this, they're pushing this climate change thing 24/7. If it's cold out, they call it climate change. If it's a warmer winter, they'll call it global warming, whatever. I don't care. I turn off the media. I don't even give a rat's, Stand by me in the house. Stand by me. What do you think? Do you think if they don't pull anything by this winter, because all the cards are in play, the food shortages, the logistics, the rolling blackouts, that they have everything prepared right now, even in Germany and Poland, and England, they're saying prepare for the coldest winter ever, ration on your electricity, we might not have power, and blah blah blah. Are they just fear mongering in Europe? You know what I'm saying? It's a trifecta of bad. Yeah, so that's something right there. Stand By Me says something has to happen this winter. Yes, okay, I get it. But if it doesn't happen this winter, guys, or something doesn't happen in what we prepared for, because I've been feeling this is going to be the winter of winters. This is going to be our black winter. This is going to be the winter of absolute darkness. But I could be dead wrong, and I really hope to God. I want to come in to my store for Christmas and decorate it for Christmas and have people come in and Christmas shopping. I want that. I want to... people are saying, oh, you're all gloom and doom and fear porn and all you want to do is scare people. No, I just want to prepare people. I just want people to be prepared. I'm going back 7, 8, 9 years watching videos where I'm telling people, okay, guys, rotating through foods, different foods to get, specific cheeses that could last long, blah, blah, blah. And around that time, I was making videos saying that my rent, my food, the cost of food has surpassed the price of my rent in Vancouver. You can't make this stuff up. So I got out of that situation. Now I'm in a more comfortable situation where I'm freehold, independent. I'm not adjoined to anybody else. My house is, nicely apart from neighbors and a big backyard, and we have a rain catching situation, everything. But there's a lot of people out there that live in apartments still, in condos, right? After people couldn't afford to, I don't know how to say this, buy homes anymore because they got so expensive, you have all these people moving into apartments, right? Okay, wait, we got the comments going. You could make stuff up if you want. You could make stuff up if you wanted to. Living in a condo. Right, and that's why you need a preparedness plan if you live in a condo. We talked about this 2 years ago. If there's something that's going to go down and you live in a condo, have an organization of people that know what's going down, that are like-minded, that are not, oh my God, what's happening? I don't have any food and blah, blah, blah. Well, this is the preparedness window. This is the preparedness. We have a small window left of preparedness. And once fall hits, we might see things accelerate, or we might see things just start to quiet out. Right? Yeah. Carl Young is saying water, food, some lightning, backup heat. Yeah. So, preparedness window. Guys, you got a small window left. As the price of food does go up, hopefully they start managing it with the price of oil dropping. We know that's all BS. Because when oil went 7 years ago to $20 a barrel, the price of food still kept going up. Because they were blaming oil before, when it reached $120 a barrel 7 years ago, that's why your food's going up, because they're transporting and all the logistics and everything. But that was BS, because food went... I made a video 7 years ago saying the price of food barrel goes down to $20 and food skyrockets. You see how they try to tie things together, but it's impossible to hide the inflation, right? That's the problem. They're having a really tough time hiding this inflation. And that's where it's gotten to, right? The hot war, pull the trigger on the you-know-what. Is that a hair? Yeah, it's a hair. But preparedness window, guys. November, December, and then January, February, March of 2023. Make sure you have enough provisions for that time. Make sure you have enough... it's kind of like wait for the dust or the dirt to blow over or the sandstorm to pass. And then you kind of pick up the pieces and you exit your situation that you were in hiding from, or whatever you were away from, and then kind of assess the situation going forward from there, right? But if nothing happens, I have a feeling, guys, I'm going to be making live streams here on Christmas. I'm going to have the store decorated, and then January hits, and then we're like, oh, we're only 3 months till spring, and we kind of coast through. That's what I'm really hoping for. I'm retired in Vancouver at 37. Uh, now, matter what, no matter what you stock up on, make sure you have the supplies needed to fix them. Yep. Progroso saying nothing's gonna happen. Yeah, but 100. I believe 99% nothing's gonna happen. But it doesn't hurt to make sure you're prepared. It doesn't hurt to make sure. It doesn't hurt to have things that you need to survive. Think of it like this: you need clothes for to go out to wear. Think of it like that. Like think of it, you need stuff to survive. Period. Doesn't hurt to have survival stuff. You know what I'm saying? But Progrosso's probably 99.9% right, and I hope he is, because there has to be, yes, there has to be, because they have the cards. Right now, they're playing their cards. Right now, they got the rolling blackouts on their side. They got the, this and lack of workers and hospitals. There's a lot of things they have on their side, right? Food prices, water, they could just shut the water. So you get where I'm going with this here, right? They have all the cards right now. They have all the people that have been following this mainstream BS media on board. They're like hook and sinker, right on board to do whatever the media tells them to do, right? So remember, we are all in this together. That's right. Stand By Me. I saw that movie with my kids about 2 weeks ago. Again, Trump 1 says, I don't think it'll be a single event. It'll be things that affect everyone individually that compound problems. Exactly. That's a great way to put it. So some people, I have a guy that came in to see me, was it yesterday or day before? Came in, got fired from his job because he didn't take the juice, and they called him back, and now he asked for 4 times his income if he wants to go back. So there's a worker that I spoke to that works for a city surrounding me, not my city, but a city in the area here, and he basically said, I want 4 times the income. You fired me. You want me back? I want 4 times the money. And he got it, right? So that's, things, I'm seeing things going in a positive light too, right? I'm seeing things like I'm seeing the housing market starting to correct here in Canada. It needs to correct. You can't build an economy off money laundering. It won't work. And artificially low interest rates and printing money up the wazoo and giving people free money and first-time home buyer loans and all that BS. You can't. Once the housing starts to correct in Australia, which it is too, New Zealand, which it is too, Canada, UK, you may start to see, we might start to find a path of least resistance, so to say. And that's what I'm truly, truly hoping for. But it doesn't hurt to be prepared again. For this is, if they play it, or something comes down the line, or something happens, it's going to be November, December of 2022, January, February, March of 2023. And I hope I'm dead wrong. Yep, the Saxon saying, there's nothing wrong with prepping. That's right. And Progroso is saying, I'm always prepped. Of course. There's nothing wrong with owning survival gear, period. There's nothing wrong with having a bug-out bag. There's nothing wrong with it. I remember 2 years ago, back in 2019, the news was demonizing people for buying too much food and preparing for an emergency and this and that. Why wouldn't you want to prepare for something that may go down? Why wouldn't you? It doesn't make any sense. Trump 1 says Portland is bad here, but I can't move because no one will buy my house in this neighborhood. Yeah, it's getting to that. Unless they start getting more and more foreign money in there, because I know Oregon started to tip at $407,000 crisis point when Vancouver put the foreign buyers tax on, and Washington State started to go on fire in 2016, 2017. Whew. Then people from California moving to Oregon too, and then people from Washington State moving to Oregon too, just destroyed the affordability levels in Oregon there. It started tipping at I think it was 407. 407,000 was the tipping point where you start to see Oregonians moving east. Wagons East. Somebody says, you could skip my comments, truth hurts. I'm not skipping no one's... Guys, if I don't see your comment, it's either it's got deleted or it's moving too fast. Poverty Stack says, true, good point, Mike. Do you have fallout shelter in case the world goes nuclear? No. See, I don't have a fallout shelter. I don't... I mean, I could have, but I never went that far. Like, you got to remember what our life expectancies on this earth is, too. So, you got to remember what our life expectancies are, too, on this earth, you know? Okay, if humans had a life expectancy, let's say, of 250 years of good health, like for 200 years, and the last 50 years are kind of declining, I would say, yeah, we would have we would have a shelter, we would have this, because I want to live long enough to be with my children and watch them grow up. You know what I'm saying? My life expectancy is maybe 65, 70, right? I'm already 44. So, I see that, but it's not that I'm kind of giving up, but it's just, you know what I mean? There's so much you could worry about, so to say. You know, life is too short to worry about everything, you know? But I'm concerned, guys. I'm concerned. They got the cards. This is the time to play their cards. And you know what? I think they're fizzling out. I think governments are starting to collapse. They raided Donald Trump's home. I think they raided the wrong president's home. I don't know why they didn't go to Barack Hussein Obama's house. With the amount of bombs that guy dropped during his administration, and 29,000 bombs in 1 year. Was that in 2016 or 2017? Holy crap. Like, that guy, I mean, they should be raiding his house. Narcissistic justification might be borderline, says I. Alex Jones is going bankrupt now, says Low Roller Scratcher. Everyone is playing this game of life for themselves. That's what's happening, folks. We started to go towards every man for himself, or every family for themselves, or everybody for themselves around 2005, 6, 7 is when we started to see where coworkers just started talking bad about each other. Unless you worked in a mechanic shop, everybody talked bad about each other. But coworkers talk bad about each other. What is it? One after another. It just you started seeing neighbors not being neighborly. You started seeing, and we started seeing this because the cost or the price, wages weren't keeping up with inflation in the last, 20, 30 years. And that's what's happened. That's what's happened here in the West. You know, we sold all our jobs out, and we basically lived the good cheap life for a while. And then now, instead of blaming that on the climate change, which they should be, they're not. They're blaming us for existing. China-Taiwan tensions. One more correction will happen. Yeah. But I'm just really wholeheartedly hoping that, again, we go through this a week at a time. You know, I'll be here if you guys want on a Friday or a Saturday here with the live stream here. And then tonight we're going to go on Odyssey. Yeah. Tonight we're going to go on Odyssey for Mike in the Night. You got to go check out Mike in the Night, guys. It's so, people watch it that are so glued on this platform, on the YouTube platform. They get onto Odyssey and they're like, oh, wow. They're just really just talking about what's going on. Let me get a page open here so we can see what we could talk about. So there it is for tonight, guys. Mike in the Night on Odyssey. There it is right there. Odyssey. Mike in the Night. Lying is the new truth. And we're going to have a caller on. I got a guest coming on for an hour for tonight. So, guys, it's going to be kind of important. So you might want to... Somebody that's inside. Somebody in the inside's got some information to give us here. Reporting for us. And there it is there. All the videos are up there. There's the last Mike in the Night right there. Somebody came in person to tell me they just watched this. They didn't even know I lived in the town of Merritt. They didn't even know that... they didn't even know. Like, they like, oh my God. And But unfortunately, I can't play it on here because it's gonna, the channel. Oh, there's the Raven there. With the Dutch flag there. But unfortunately, we can't play this here on this platform. I could play 1 minute of the show, 1 minute, and this will actually take down the stream. So I can't play this on here. That, if you missed it, guys, is Mike in the Night, episode 451. No war. The world is falling apart. Leaders need to answer. People are waking up. So there it is, right there. Okay, what's Zero Hedge report? What's Tyler Durden reporting today? Here's the warrant. Department of Justice investigating Trump for potential violations of Espionage Act, obstruction of justice. Guys, they could say that about every single standing president in existence. Actually, I think the one that should be investigated is Obama. Is the one of the more dangerous of all presidents, standing presidents. I think Obama was number one, and then Bush before him, Bush Jr. was number two. Those are the two top standing, most dangerous presidents that the United States has ever had, in my living opinion. Like, I know maybe if you go back, to Woodrow Wilson and all those guys that were passing those bills to destroy America. Yeah, I wasn't alive at that time. But from what I've seen growing up and, kind of shuffling through time here, so to say, these guys, I think Obama and Bush are the two most dangerous standing previous presidents in American history that I could remember, right? The bloodiest. So there it is there. So let's keep going there. I don't think they had enough to warrant what they did to him. I don't, like a political figure. Like, I mean, why aren't they doing it to other political figures that are destroying their countries? There's so many of them destroying their countries. I think the tide's going to turn. I don't know when, but it will. It's game over for the Fed. Expect a monetary rug pull soon. We might see bail-ins too, guys. Russia says it may sever U.S. relations if declared terrorism sponsored. FBI sends clear message to Trump, his supporters. The swamp is real, Republican Davidson says. Yep. And what is this? That's an article. College endowments suffer the worst performance since the financial crisis. So there it is. And Africa needs conventional fuels, not windmills and solar panels. That's right. Spain says new gas pipeline to France could be ready in 8 to 9 months. I guess they're stealing Spain's stealing their gas and oil from Portugal, because they've been doing that for years. Because Portugal gets its oil from Angola, its former colonies. A worrying signal from oil traders of European recession. Latvia designates Russia as a terrorist state, urges Europe to follow. Wow. Look at these bold moves. Look at this. Latvia designates Russia as a terrorist state. Wow. Says who? The mainstream media? Wow. A big nothing in Europe is basically calling that out and starting, and it's always these big nothings that always try to trigger these big wars because they have nothing to lose. Sweden agrees to extradite man to Turkey after NATO deal. It's all deals. Oh, January 6th, the new real hoaxes. Again, lying. They're lying to tell the truth is what is happening. What's WION from India saying? Taiwan expresses gratitude to U.S. for maintaining security in the Taiwan Strait. Chinese research vessel given entry in Sri Lanka despite India's concerns. Hezbollah official claims the organization is unaware of the attack on Rashidi. So there's more and more happening here. China flash floods, 4 people killed and 9 others injured. So there it is right there. So UK stores, whoa, UK stores limit the purchase of bottled water as people empty shelves amid drought. So They're getting a warm winter there in the UK, a warm summer there in the UK. So what's happening is people are buying water. So that's why I said, guys, it doesn't hurt to be prepared. All right, what's going on? RT. Russia announces capture of strategic settlement in Donbass. How the ambitions of a small country's U.S.-backed leader launched the current confrontation between Russia and the West. We talked about this on Mike and the Knights, East versus West. Ukraine nuclear site faces new threat. Talks with Russia would mean defeat of Europe, says Ukraine. And Russia boosts gas supply to EU nations. So they're giving more fuel, even though they're sanctioning, their European countries are sanctioning Russia, but they're going ahead and they're going forward in sending them fuel anyway. Russia warns U.S. it will sever ties if branded terror sponsor asset seized. So Kenya's opposition leader slightly ahead in presidential race, official results. Digital Israeli aggression. Meta continues suppressing Palestinian voices. Well, same thing here on these platforms. We don't get to say anything. We say things. We're limited. Chinese military response to Pelosi visit. Okay, that's old. Let's move on. Australia. Peak earning years. Common mistakes those in their 40s keep making. And wife busts husband with mistress at airport. A woman left fuming after she busted her husband, hand in hand with the mistress after returning from a trip to Thailand. Oh no. A man awaiting lethal injection within days could be saved by another man's handwritten note that reads, "Things are eating away at me." So there it is right there. So there's nothing really, I mean, there's lots happening in Australia. So there's a lot of things happening, but the news there doesn't cover anything. Trump warrants further Justice Department January 6th investigation. What about all the cities that were burning at the hands of the Black Lives Matter rallies across America? Entire cities, businesses, completely destroyed and burned to the ground, but all the focus is on this. What about all the riots that they were supposed to be on lockdown because of the variants and everything? Polio virus detected in New York City, sewage water, health officials say. Taiwan defense minister says 68 Chinese planes, 13 warships crossed the median line on Friday. And China hits Taiwan with fresh trade curbs as Pelosi visits. U.S. oil futures end below $100 a barrel on recession fears. Salmonella bacteria discovered in world's biggest chocolate plant. Yeah, we covered that on Mike and the Night a few days ago, last Saturday. And wow, look at this. More than 10,000 Canadians received a medically assisted death in 2021. Wow. That's scary stuff, man. So we'll be covering a lot of this stuff tonight on Mike of the Night, guys. Don't forget the episode looks like this if you guys want to check it out. Oops, that's 4:51. Let's go back. Tonight's episode is right here. Sorry, it's up here. Sorry. Lying is the New Truth, episode 452, Mike in the Night, if you guys want to join us and be part. Wow, you're kidding me with twin brother. So someone's talking there. Wyoming started pumping out of the ground. Haven't seen them over in that location. I'm not sure what's going on there. It's crazy how Canada has everyone working on the pipeline. It's being pushed so hard. Well, because it's gonna fulfill their agendas, right? If there's always something, if they're pushing it hard, you know, they want to federalize all that stuff. Most of it is federalized now, right? Because you want to go through federal land, crown land, you need permission, right? Right? So, okay, guys, preparedness window, guys. Please be prepared. It's an announcement. Please be prepared. For the month of November, have preparedness for November. Nothing happens, you're lucky. December, we go through Christmas, you're lucky. January, February, March, we're lucky. We're grateful. All the cards are in their hand. Nothing happens, guess what? We go into spring. And this is the winter I'm very worried and concerned about. I really hope every week through the winter and fall, I'm making videos right into the spring and like nothing, and we could together talk ourselves through this. You know what I'm saying? So what's going on in your neck of the woods, people? How is everybody doing? How are you guys coping with the... So someone's asking why the race card all the time. There's only one species on this earth, and it's humans, guys. You guys need to start realizing that we're all born a woman, right? You will be making videos right through everything is going to be fine, right? Well, if even I really hope, I really, really, really hope everything's going to be okay. This is the winter. So, yeah. It's the winter. It's the winter too. The most worrisome time, I think, is going to be they have the cards. They have the play. They have it. I don't know if their cards are all revealed. I don't know what they're planning on doing. I don't know how they're going to lay it out or the sequence. But again, it could be all nothing. And I'm really hoping it's a big nothing burger. Keep buying your water. Keep buying your supplies. Keep buying your tuna. Keep buying bags of rice. Keep organizing. Keep, if you don't have much space, like Alaska Prepper said, you could fill 1 year's worth of food under a bed, right? And then you could go down and look under. Oh, I'm getting this today, and then move the bag over here and start, kind of condensing and moving things around, restocking if you can, right? If it got, try to bunker down for the winter, guys. If you look at history, you'll see the future. That's correct. 100 quadrillion %. What do you think may happen this winter? No heat? Man, it could be anything. Rolling blackouts. They could shut our water off. They've shut the water off in my town last winter for like a whole 4 weeks, right? So I'm saying that they have the cards. They've done it before. They tested us. They know how far we could go. Again, this could be a big nothing burger. I want to go back to making Mike and the Knights, talking about just what we used to talk about back in the day, like more different. It's gotten so serious now that my life could be at risk. I'm whatever, but there's a lot of things at risk now. Like some of the things that we should be allowed to talk about freely is become unallowable. And I'm afraid they're gonna rewrite the history in their favor going forward from this once the dust clears. Lord Humongous in the house. Good to see him. Yeah, Lord Humongous has been super busy. He messaged me the other day. He's been super busy. 8 Criteria to Thought Reform by Robert J. Litton. Trucking Through the Wasteland. Yep. Yeah, trucking is paying well down in the southern United States, so it's a good profession, a good clean profession, you know what I'm saying? You get to see the landscape, you get to meet people, all kinds, But that's where it's going, guys. What does anybody feel about this winter? Is it going to be a big nothing burger? Serious commentator says, I watch all of your Mike and the Night shows. Well, thank you so much. But serious commentator, have you noticed how after 2019, Mike and the Night, okay, we're doing 2016 Mike and the Night every Saturday. It's when you start to watch the 2018 and 2019 episodes of Mike and the Night, you start to see it get really serious, where private sectors are shutting down, corporations defaulting, stores shuttering at record numbers, layoffs, inflation creeping in. People can't afford to feed their families. Remember back in 2019? Remember back in 2019, folks, when we're covering Mike in the Night, the lineups at the food banks in the States and all over the world where food banks are being needed so people don't go underwater. Do you remember that? You see what I'm saying? So you see this buildup over all these years. Now, it's so bad that we can't even go on any plan. I got kicked off of Rumble. I can't even stream on Rumble. So we got, like, so now we're on Odyssey. We're going through on Odyssey. And then if Odyssey or something happens or they change their creative content license, who knows, right? You never know, right? Just like YouTube changes their stuff. We're starting to realize and start to kind of see, that there's going to be nowhere for us to be, right? Your shows have improved so much, in my opinion. Thank you, series. I hope so. After so many years, I hope I get a little better at something. Maybe get better at reading or something. So I watch. Yeah, Odyssey is the only place where we're allowed to speak freely. I mean, very freely. There was about 6-7 months ago where Mike in the Night was just absolute hate, just swearing and just yelling and swearing and making fun of, belittling all these leaders, and it was a time of hate in the show. In the 370s episodes, 370 up to 410, 420, we were very hate, and it wasn't hate, but just basically expressing our feelings. Callers coming in, swearing their heads off and just freaking out, and these effing guys and this and that. And that got pretty intense. And, we got Matrix Rip09 in the house. Yo, Mike, what's up, buddy? Mike, you're a good reader, says AA. Never heard of Odyssey. Oh, God. Go back and watch the last Mike in the Night. You told me earlier your comments get deleted, or I ignore your comments because the truth hurts. Yeah, you're going to want to go back and just watch the last episode of Mike in the Night. Just watch it. Entertain me. Just go ahead and amuse yourself with this. Go back and watch this episode right here. Go on Odyssey. You'll find me there. That's tonight's show. It's going to be live with Collins. Go to that episode, 451. Heck, go to the one before that. I think this one's even better, 450. This episode's amazing, but we can't really play it on here because I play 5 minutes of this show and we're done. This YouTube channel's gone. There's the intro, and then there we are there, and we got some really good call. I'm scared to just push the play button for 3 seconds because something might come out. Let me see if I have any visual callers. No, this was Alaska Prepper was the show before, and then Uneducated Economist was the show before that. But this one was all call-ins where people are sick, because I'm not talking here. It's all call-ins and people telling us what they're thinking. And then we have some news clips here that I'm afraid even to show. Yeah, I'm even afraid to show you guys that the news clips, because then some of these news clips will get me banned from this platform. So I just kind of wanted to. So, yeah, you're going to want to, once you go on Odyssey and you start seeing the content that's posted on there, you'll be like, oh my God, this is the YouTube this is when I remember when YouTube was actually good. It's all on Odyssey now. I don't know what's up with Rumble. Rumble is more, I think they want to specifically target who they want to make popular on their platforms. So I put a few Mike in the Nights. I did live stream a few times, and I was getting a lot of people on the live stream, like a lot. And then I tried to live stream, and I'm paying $40 US, or was it 20 or 30 US dollars a month to live stream on Rumble, and then they cut me off. They wouldn't allow me to my live stream. I had it all organized, everything. Then we had to go back on Odyssey, and Odyssey was having buffering issues. But it was, one issue after another, you know what I'm saying? But we managed to get through it, We managed to get through it as a group. They told us this is the new normal, yet people still think things will go back to what they were. Great reset, go eat bugs. Here comes digital ID. Good luck all. Yeah, they're going to be pushing that digital ID, and we're going to be resisting. They're going to be pushing against digital currency. We're going to be resisting, right? I found a digital currency, digital ID video on my channel from 2017. We were talking about it, and we were discussing from 2017. We were discussing the social credit score in China and how they're already looking at implementing it in other parts of the world. I think it was Indonesia at the time. It wasn't Australia. Australia was in 2018 when they went to Darwin and they started implementing that backdoor stuff with social credit to follow all the people and know who's in line and whatnot and have boxes over their heads. So this is not a thing, that we, something we've been kind of reminiscing about for all these years. Starts this winter in the U.S. Stand by me. Yeah, that's why I keep saying, have a preparedness. Your window, guys. You're running. You're like about 6 to 8 weeks out of preparedness window. You got 6 to 8 weeks for preparedness. Okay. Serious commentator says, I gotta go. I'll listen tonight. I'll see you later tonight. I'm glad our fearless leader Nancy Pelosi secured our ice cream from China. Okay. But, America needs to, get the midterms coming up in about 7-8 weeks. So I really hope, we go through this a day at a time and we try to make the best of what we got, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, she's the greatest stock picker ever. Oh, yeah, big time. Alan says the house of cards is about to collapse. Oh, don't you know it? Don't you know it? And if it does, do we rise like a phoenix from the ashes? No one knows when it turns from business as usual to mass extermination. Make peace with your God and accept what will be, will be. We never surrender. Soldiers of Christ, fear not death. That's right. AA. Nope, I'm not into NFTs. I used to buy and sell stock. You go see my stock video, my stock purchases. I remember last November of last year, I kept telling, buy oil, buy oil. Lord Humongous knows what I'm talking about. Buy oil, buy oil. And buy Air Canada. Remember that video I made? Buy Air Canada stock. It was at $14 or $12. Remember that? Yeah. Some people do, but most people forget, right? But you want to vote in America, move to another state? That's what someone's saying. What about THCs? No. Hi, Mike. Just arrived. I'll watch on replay. I am worried about heating the house this winter. Have not installed a wood heating system yet. You're very lucky, or you're lucky that you could install a wood heating system. You know, if I try to put a wood burning stove in my house, or a wood burning system, or a fireplace, they're gonna charge me $6,000 for a permit for the city. Not for the fireplace. They're gonna charge me $6,000 for a permit. You're probably wondering why would the city's going broke. I pay $4,300 in property tax. I discount it, so I pay $3,400 or $3,500. But then there's a $1,200 garbage pickup, and then there's the watering meter. Now they want to meter the water now, so our water costs a couple of $100 a month to the city. Right, so that's the problem we're having here. This is like they're gonna tax us. They're gonna fine us. Stand by me saying, good talk, brother. Enjoy the weekend. I'll try and join us. Stand by me tonight on Odyssey and actually really speak on there. Call in. You can heat a room with a clay pot of candles. There is plenty of videos, plenty of how-to videos. Yeah. Yep, the permit prices are ridiculous as spooky black. Yep, agriculture, good investment. Australia just revised their electricity tariffs per state. It's now too expensive to have lights on and heating during peak times. Yep. And they're going to ban solar. So people that have solar and wind, like turbines at their house, they're going to ban that because They need to make that money. They need to sell you. They pay electricity dirt cheap. Dirt cheap. They pay for the electricity. Dirt cheap. It's practically for free from some states. Practically the power is generated for free in most cases, and they charge you through the nose. But it is winter in Australia now, and it's going to be spring there in a few weeks. So that's why I've been eyeing Australia and seeing their winter. And same thing with Brazil. It's okay. They're getting through. It's the same business as usual. But this is what I have in my store. This thing is an oil heater. Plug it in. This thing heats up the whole store in the winter. Mind you, my store isn't huge, but I plug that baby in. That heats up the whole store. It keeps it nice and toasty. I have a second one here for backup in case it gets really cold. In case it reaches minus 20 or minus 30. I turn these two on. The whole room is, but the problem is, they turn off the power here, then I can't heat my store. You see where I'm going here, right? I don't have solar at the store. I have solar at the house, right? So but then why would I want to keep my store open if there's no power, right? I'll just shut it down for emergency, right? And just bar the door, right? And that's it. But that's the situation we're in right now, folks. That's this predicament we're in. This is I don't know, that's the position a lot of people are facing. But one of these oil heaters, I think I paid $120 for that 4 years ago, and it works like a top. Yeah, my friend is from Brazil and it still snows in the south. Of course it does. It's the southern hemisphere. They have their winter opposite of ours in the north. But the north is really cold though, right? The north is really cold. So hopefully we might have a mild winter this year, right? But it doesn't hurt to keep preparing. Wait till spring. Wait till, April 1st. Maybe then start rotating through food. That's what I say. Just wait and rotate. That's my advice to you guys. Wait and rotate. And be prepared for this winter if you're in the northern hemisphere. EVs are too expensive here, and there is hardly any EV charge points anywhere. Most people, electric cars, Dark Dancer, go to Scotty Kilmer. Scotty Kilmer? Or Kilmore. He made a video about a month ago how electric cars, there's 91,000 or 97,000 electric cars blow up, catch on fire, and all kinds of stuff just in the last year alone. And no one's reporting it. So if you guys could check that out. It's very important because they really, I don't know what they're pushing for anymore. They can't get their climate story straight, right? They can't get their pharma story straight. They can't get anything straight. They don't know if they're tricking or treating. You know what I'm saying? So Dark Dancer says, yeah, I watch his channel. Dark Dancer, do you watch this? Do you watch Mike in the Night on Odyssey? You're going to want to check that out. I just promoted it for tonight's show. We got a really good caller. And it's open. Odyssey is wide open. Sorry, sarcasm doesn't come through the keyboard as well. Europe going to have a dark winter. That's what I've been saying, Lord, because of Poland, ramping up their rhetoric with Russia, Poland, and also Germany and Lithuania today, branding Russia as a terrorist. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I have not yet just looked at your page. You're going to want to watch 450, Mike at Night 450. It's a great show. Great call-ins. I recommend not to watch it. Sit there, just have it playing in the background. A lot of people do that. The show's long, right? Hey, Rumble kicked me off 3 times already. I don't know what it is. I was getting a lot of people viewing on my two live Mike in the Nights on there, and then they basically just just wouldn't allow me to thing, and I had to cancel my subscription with them. And there it is right there. That's Mike in the Night 450. Ooh, it's kind of blurry there. I got to put it on full HD. It's at 3. I see what they're doing. You got to put it on full. Because most people just listen to the show. They don't really watch the whole show. But I really recommend you guys. I can't even play this. I'm so scared to push the play button here because it might say something that'll trigger my channel to get deleted. Someone said something about it. It seems RT is allowed on there along with Newsmax. Yeah, everybody's on Odyssey. Little Lamb is saying compare a lithium battery in a cell phone and times that by 1,000 electric vehicles or bombs. Exactly. You know what? You know why electric vehicles are bombs? Do you know why, guys? They're not safe. It's because they're vehicles. Why do you think they don't have cars running off of hydrogen or other fuels? They're vehicles. They crash. They flip. They burn. They blow up. Things happen. Right? I bought a battery for my house. It arrived, and I'm going to do a review on it. It's up to my waist, and it weighs about 100 and... It says 135. I don't think that thing weighs 135. I think it weighs almost 200 pounds. The battery's the size of a mini fridge. It's up to my waist. It's pretty big. And it's a lithium-ion deep cycle metal battery. It's a newer technology. It's huge, and it's going in my garage, and it's going to power my house. It's not going in a car, driving around in a car. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel so worried about having a battery in my house to back up my house if the power goes down or fluctuates between. You know, there's no transfer flicker. So if the power goes down, let's say, my home will continue. And I wouldn't even know it. It wouldn't even be a transfer. You wouldn't even see the transfer. The battery, provided I'm not washing and drying clothes all day and night, could last a whole entire night into morning. I'll probably get it down to 30% in morning when the sun comes back to charge the battery back. But it's not in the car. It's just sitting there, and it's just charging and discharging. It's got 9,000 life cycles. Someone says, I wish I could afford an EcoFlow Delta Pro. No more work from home for Silicon Valley. LOL, Mark Zuckerberg said so. Salty is crazy. I'm surprised he is on any platform nowadays. In the 1950s, they almost made a nuclear-powered car. Imagine. Yeah. I have APC, UPS everywhere throughout the house, but need something for fridge and freezers, etc. Yeah. Guys, make sure prepare also, not with just food, make sure you could prepare with a couple of those Coleman camping portable lunchbox ovens for emergencies, please. Make sure you at least have one of those, and 10 or 12 of those green bottles could last you a whole winter. Rusty is saying, love you all. Love you, Mike, and all the gang. Love you too, brother. Lord Humongous is here. Everybody's here today, just hanging out, just chilling together here on this beautiful Saturday morning. I'll be talking a lot tonight on Mike of the Night. It's gonna be really good. After headline news, apparently we have a caller that's gonna call in with some very crucial and vital information. That's insider information. So we'll be there tonight on Odyssey. Hopefully it's something that could help us. Because we're alone in this, right? We're not alone. We got each other. But I'm saying we got to scrapple or extract information from other people and others to try and get what we can and kind of put a face to this image that they're drawing for us. Everyone loves Mike in the Night show on Odyssey. Yeah, Lord H, call in tonight. Yeah, Humongous, if you're not working tonight, if you want to call in on location, wherever you are, if you're allowed to, or if you want to just call in, no video feed, that's fine. There's a lot of I-10 truckers that do listen to Mike. I get lots of people that email me and message me that they're on the I-10 listening to replays. There was one guy saying he was listening to Mike in the Night episode 190-something. And he's like, holy crap, Mike. I went back. I don't know. He's like, I've been listening to, driving these long hauls. I've been listening to Mike in the Night. And I've been hitting episodes like in the late 100s. And man, holy crap. What you guys were talking about on there. Holy, But But yeah. Oh, Lord Humongous is saying, I'll be driving during the show on I-10. Okay, all right. But you could listen, though, Lord. A lot of people on I-10, I don't know why, but I get a lot of, I've been saying this for a while at the beginning of Mike and the Knights, and I've thanked the I-10 Trucker Association or the I-10 Truckers for supporting and listening to Mike and the Night on a very, very regular basis. Night trucking. We'll see if I pull off. Yeah, don't worry, Lord. Just whenever you're there's, we're gonna be doing Mike in the Nights till someone comes. Is Odyssey monitored in any way? Not really. I play my intro music, copyrighted intro music. Play movie clips during the show. I show. Sometimes we show. Watch the last Mike in the. Just watch the last Mike in the Night. Watch. Just play it in the background if you don't want to see it. Just have it playing and then have the callers call in and listen to the callers. Listen to what we're talking about. You'll be like, wow. Pacific time. 7 p.m. Pacific. That's 10 p.m. Miami time. A friend of mine attempted to withdraw all her savings from the bank. The bank made it extremely difficult and kept asking what they were going to do with it all. Whew. I am on 99 up by San Francisco. Oh, San Francisco. Yep, wagons west. Now it's wagons east. Yep, pioneers, housing affordability. You don't have to download Odyssey, Spooky. You don't have to download Odyssey. It's off a web browser if you want. They do have an app now for the store, for Apple, and I think for different phone platforms. You don't have to download anything. You just watch it right off the browser. You don't have to download it. My bank did the same thing. Said for your eyes, it's difficult to withdraw money from your pension. Yeah. Alan's saying California homeless is getting out of control. Oh, yeah, it's big time out of control. Big time. I think there's a couple of, I'm not going to go crazy out there, but 1 million or 2 million empty homes in California that's investor owned. And, oh yeah, we did a Mike in the, hold on. We did a trends in the housing market for they calculated in LA County, just LA County. I don't know about the rest of California. In LA County, for every one homeless person, there's 4 empty apartment investment units. Empty apartments. 4. So for one homeless person, there's 4 empty apartment units. Yeah. Look it up. Look up carefully through the LA Times. You'll find what I'm talking about. It'd be like, what? And I'm not asking homeless people to get free housing. I'm not even that. I'm just saying, look at the statistics. For every one homeless person, there's 4 empty units in California. All right? So, I drained my bank account as soon as they seized the convoy donors' accounts. Yep. I don't know if you guys remember the video I made 2 days before they seized the accounts. 2 days. And I was saying no confidence in government, runoff on the banking system, people withdrawing money 2 days before it even happened. And that's a video that was very copied through other means of platforms and different... Oh, I heard somebody outside. But, anyways. Wow, we're going into an hour. Okay, guys, listen. I'll see you guys tonight on the show if you want. There's nothing to download. Just go to Odyssey, ODYSEE.com, and you can see what we're talking about. Here it is. There is the show right there, 450, and that's last Saturday's show. If you want to catch up from last Saturday's show, go ahead. That's 451. Was last Saturday. Sorry, 450 was the one I had. Doctors are dropping like flies. And then we have here, lying is the new normal, or lying is the new truth for tonight on Mike of the Night. So there it is right there. Anyways, my wife is just bombarding me. I don't know why she's calling me for. Anyways, I'm going to see what she needs. Thanks, guys, for being here. And we'll talk later. I'll see you guys tonight. Mike Martin's here. I have spoken.